This project has brought to life the heritage of South Lanarkshire.
I've enjoyed every minute of being involved.
Just touched on loads of different people, loads of different communities.
Pits, Ponies, People and Stories came to being as a result of a project that we had in a school in Hamilton. We were working with primary 7 children and they were working with a songwriter about their heritage. The songwriter started to talk to the children about coal and they all had very blank faces, and we got a little bit puzzled and said, "Can you tell us what coal is?" None of the children knew. So from there we thought we need to do something about this. Coal is in the blood and bones of the majority of the people who live in South Lanarkshire. It is our heritage and our history, and we thought it was really, really important. We want to help people to understand who they are, what they are, and where they live, and the history of that. And we want to keep that going for future generations.
My role is for Pits, Ponies, People and Stories as academic advisor for the project based at Caledonian University. The idea behind the project was that the volunteers would bring in a lot of research about mining in South Lanarkshire, and having the university involved was intended to make sure any research that was used in the exhibition or in the local mining heritage resource was verified and proper sources identified for. So my role has been really to provide training to volunteers in how to go about doing research, and at the moment sort of compiling an inventory of the research that's coming in and checking where it's come from and checking that we're able to identify where it's come from.
My background in the mining industry and my qualifications I thought would be useful to the project, hence I contacted the Pits, Ponies and People Stories project manager and offered my services. I go on the local mining heritage group meetings, and I've been involved in schools, speaking to school pupils, but it's all due to my background in the mining industry. And I have been instrumental with a colleague in gaining the underground working plans, just to show young people that where their school is there's probably a lot of coal mined from underneath there. This is one way of reminding the young people of this country that the comforts they enjoy were due to the hardship and toil of people like the coal miners. I'm one of a dying breed. In other words, even the guides at the National Mining Museum, when they pop their clogs, there will be no one who can say, "I worked underground in a Scottish colliery." So it's important that people like myself impart that knowledge and experience so that it will be remembered.
The Storybook project was a project that involved around 30 schools, and our school worked with storytellers and artists to write stories and create pieces of art based on and inspired by the mining heritage in Lanarkshire. I'd done in primary school pieces of art, and we done quite a lot of it. We done work with charcoal and tried to create images of miners' faces, and that worked really well and it created good end results. And then we were trying to kind of liven up a picture that we seen of some of the places where they would be mining with some more colour. A storyteller came to our class, and we were trying to do a collaborative piece of work with everyone in our class to try and create a poem based on and inspired by the mining heritage. Well, it ended with a performance in the Hamilton Townhouse, which I couldn't be a part of, but I seen it in the audience and I enjoyed it. It was a good thing to be part of, and it was very interesting, and I learned a lot of things about the past and a lot of things about the people of Lanarkshire's history.
In the community films, it's been like various different roles. For one of the films, it was the first film and it was with Urban Croft, I was a sound recordist and a runner. And from that film, they got me involved in different things, so that they would show me how to film properly, like with their cameras. I was really nervous to start with, but throughout the day it became natural, which was good. The second film that I was involved in was the Blantyre film. I was doing the second camera, so I was filming, which was really good. And I was working with their cameraman, Scott, and Scott, he was helping me back and forth of where I should be, like lining up the shots and various things. The third film is about oral history, and it's just a group of boys from Lanark, and I'll be helping a lot in that film. And the last film was Shaft 9, and I wrote it and directed it, and that was really good. It was a really good experience, and I felt I gained a lot from it. As I'm so used to doing my own work and holding the cameras, whereas this time I wasn't holding the camera, I was directing people. So I was just learning to get your ideas out from your head instead of just being so used to just doing it yourself. So that was a lot of good, quality time. I think the project's just brought a lot of experience for me. It's opening so many more doors for me, and it's building on my confidence as well in the filmmaking, which is good, and I'm learning so much about it. I'd like to be a horror film director when I'm older. Well, now, I wouldn't mind I do it now, but yeah, that's what I'd really like to do, and scare people. Yeah.
The Pits, Ponies, People and Stories exhibition is really about us engaging with the community. It's about us letting the young people, the younger generation of South Lanarkshire, know about the importance of mining and their heritage, and also to share that with the wider community so that there's a lasting legacy throughout the years, so that they can share it with their children and they can share it with their children. I think what makes this particular exhibition special is the fact that it's people from South Lanarkshire and from the Lanarkshire community that are actually sharing their personal stories, their personal experiences, and they're willing to share that with the wider community. So that's really what makes this project exceptionally unique. For myself personally, I have learned a lot about mining, but I've also learned a lot about working with people out in the community, in particular with people that are slightly older. I found that amazing and such a lovely aspect to the project, watching them working with younger children, watching them working with their families, and the enjoyment that they get out of sharing their experiences. And for myself, that just gives it a wee bit more of a personal touch and just makes that project a wee bit more special.